Hey, what's going on, everybody? So I'm doing some GTO things for a change. I gotta get the car ready for the beginning of the season, and that rear end was tweaked, so I went and I picked up a new subframe and a new set of control arms. Now, what sucks about this GTO is it's an IRS, but it's not like a good IRS, like a 240 or like the Mustang has. They have really good IRSs, independent links and everything, so you can actually adjust the alignment in the rear. This car is a single trailing arm, so there's no real good way to dial in camber or tow on the rear of the car. They make eccentric bushings that basically offset the arms, and those kind of work. I built a set of custom control arms for my car last year, but honestly the headache it takes to build those is not really worth the gains I get from it. So what I'm doing on this subframe, you can see here, I'm actually picking up the holes, I'm lifting the holes up 3/4 of an inch, and what that should do is it should give about 3 degrees of positive camber. It should add to it, so it should get it around 0. And then with the addition of the eccentric bushings, I should be able to dial it in perfectly. Now, an issue is once you do this, drill these holes up, obviously this isn't going to be really strong up here, and there's going to be a clearance issue with this. So I got to box these and build boxes for them, and that's what I'm working on right now. So I'll show you guys over here. I already templated everything, and I built like a little cardboard cutout of it, and then I'm starting to build all the pieces out of steel that I can weld the boxes together, cut the top of that subframe out and weld those on. So yeah, I'll get back with you guys when I get a little more work done and show you some update on it. Progress update. So I got all these little brackets here cut out. Basically what they do is, you know, one goes here, this one goes there, then this one kind of connects them up top, and that one goes there. So it's a nice little box here, and then this is all going to get cut out so it actually raises the top up to clear it. Now I have one right here that I already tacked together, and basically the way it's going to work after this is all cut out, obviously it's, you know, if I just welded it on right now it would be you know, I'd screw myself, but basically that goes on there, and you can see the hole, the top hole that we drilled is what lines up, and that bolt goes through there, comes out the other side, and then I just got to clean all this up and then weld it all the way on once that top section's cut out, and that'll give us a good amount of clearance and raise that inner up. Pretty quick, easy, well, not quick, but or really easy since I'm making all this stuff. But I know G-Force 1320 sells a kit very similar to this. It's probably almost identical. It's, you know, pretty basic kit to build. So, but it's a good, cheap, easy way to get rid of all that ridiculous camber that these GTOs get when you lower them. So I'm gonna go ahead, tack the other side up, and then cut the tops out of the subframe and get it all welded together. So I'll be sure to get another progress update when I'm done doing that. So yeah, I'm gonna get back to work. So progress update. I got both of the boxes tacked up here and cut the hole in the top. That way the control arm will have clearance up here now that we've raised it about 1 inch. So raise the top 1 inch. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go ahead and tack the brackets all on, make sure everything fits real nice, and then finish weld it all. I think there's a couple spots here I still got to clean up and make sure I'd be able to weld them because the subframe's really dirty. So I'm gonna go ahead, clean all that stuff up, weld it on. Should be good. So I got the one side all welded up, and it looks like it's going to work really well. Should be nice and strong and get rid of all that crazy camber. Now I got to go ahead and weld the other side up. I mean, these things are they're a real bitch to weld into some of these little nooks and crannies here, but make it work. You know, just gotta like flip it up on its side, turn it over, do a little dance with it. Just very time consuming, so I'm going to get this other side welded up and then spray it. Oh. One thing I do as I'm welding this up is I constantly keep checking to make sure that this bolt doesn't tighten up. Because if it tightens up, that means it's getting pulled in one way or another. And I'm going to have to, you know, readjust it or do something. So as I'm welding and tacking in place, I like to make sure that it's not pulling and stretching and that this bolt stays fairly smooth in there. Alright, so I got all the brackets and everything welded on. I just threw a little coat of paint on it. But right here, you see they're completely welded on. And paint's still wet, but you know, you get the idea. Should work really nice. Raise the pickup about 3/4 of an inch. And then also, once I have the eccentric bearing, or eccentric bushings, I should say, in there, that'll allow me to adjust them and dial everything in a little bit better. The outers, I'm not too concerned about. I should be able to get the toe where I need it with those. The biggest thing was just moving those pickups and rebrace the subframe. That way we can get rid of all that camber, because even with my modified control arms that I built, I still had, you know, 2.5 degrees of camber in the rear. So with that, plus the adjustable bushings, should be able to get it dialed in. So next week, Friday, Saturday, hopefully, I'm planning on going down to Tuner Tools in Columbus and getting this and the control arms thrown in the car, and then we'll really get to dial it up and see where we're sitting, see what kind of alignment we need to do with the car. But as for today, you know, that's going to be about it. I think from here on forward is going to be quite a bit of GTO stuff, you know, maybe with a little bit of the Mustang here and there, but, you know, try not to put too much money into this car right now because, you know, GTO is #1 priority. But today it's going to be it. If you're new, subscribe to the channel, like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't, and probably until next week, I'll catch you guys later.